Gents, in our most recent live stream, I showed you a clip of a mother who was pretty much loud, pretty much rude, pretty much causing the chaos that her kids experience later.
Wake your ugly peanut head ass up! We don't sleep right here. This the military, mother.
God.
Wake up, ugly! Hey! Wake your peanut head ass up!
I bet she can barely read that. What is that, a Dr. Seuss book?
Mama, can you help me with this?
I'm not helping you with shit. That's what the f you go to school for.
Mama, you supposed to help me too.
I don't give a f. Throw that shit away.
This your man. Look at this. See,
pussy man.
what did I tell y'all folks who a lot of these women find to screw and mate with, make babies with? Look at the quality of men.
And you just saw in that clip that when that kid came to his mom for help to read, she didn't want to help him. Most likely because she didn't know herself. But the education situation is much worse than we think.
I thought y'all was lying to me on this app when y'all said that these kids didn't know nothing. These kids don't know like nothing, nada. They don't know basic math like addition, subtraction, division, fractions, multiplication. They don't know none of that, and it is really sad. Parents, what are y'all doing? Y'all are failing y'all kids.
The consequences of our kids not getting a sound education is even worse than we realize.
It just don't make no sense to me. And I'm from the hood too, but you telling me you ready to do 20 to life, but you just can't do 8 hours at work. Like, it's just beneath you.
You know only the niggas that ain't been through nothing, that never seen nothing bad happen in life. You know them is the only niggas that go out there in the street and try to create bad shit and create destruction for themselves and for their community and for their family. You know niggas that actually had to go through shit that they didn't have nothing to do with. They had never want to keep doing shit to keep going through the same pain. They keep going through that same suffering. Every nigga in the streets, they look at that shit like it's fun. They wake up and be happy to grab a switch. They be happy to put their ski mask on, bro. Niggas that really going through that shit, they don't want that shit, bro. So if you see a nigga out there, he want to be out there, bro.
And today we're going to talk about it. What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I am your host, Shaun C. I told you all that we were going to put all of these concepts together, and because it's important. Right now, we have seen the decimation of our communities, our sense of family, our sense of pride and purpose. Yes, there are some amongst us that are doing well, but something else we're going to talk about in this video is how we need to come together. Even amongst the people that are doing well, there's division amongst us. That's a problem, because right now, we need to come together more now than ever, because the shit that people are planning for us, that winter that Kevin Samuels talked about, is coming. And it's not just coming for women, it's coming for us all. Make sure that you watch this video all the way to the end, because videos that are telling the truth don't get no traction on YouTube. And they don't get traction on YouTube because the people who say we need to talk about this don't support it. So please support this video, because more people need this message. Let's get started.
This is why black boys are failing in school and why black men are not going to college.
Take a look at these 4 kids. These preschool teachers watched a video of them playing for a 2016 study. The study asked them to press the enter key every time they saw a behavior that could become a potential challenge. But the thing about the study is it's kind of deceptive. There's actually no misbehavior in the video. The kids are actors, and the researchers were using eye tracking software because what they really wanted to know was, when teachers expect misbehavior, who are they watching? The study found that both white and black teachers spent more time gazing at black boys than other children. Black boys make up less than a quarter of the nation's preschoolers, but more than 40% of preschool suspensions. The study's lead researcher told the Washington Post that implicit biases don't begin with black men and police. They begin with black preschoolers and their teachers, if not earlier.
We already see that even from a young age, young black boys are targeted by the system. And we have heard of the school to prison pipeline. They already know the percentages. They already know the stats. These people study us. They study the statistics. And what they are doing, if they get suspended enough times, they already know the likelihood of them being in prison is a guarantee.
Don't rush being grown. It's overrated. If I had to rate being an adult, if I could go on the internet and write a comment to rate my experience as an adult, I would give it 1 star. My comment would be very bad, would not recommend. I want to be grown? You don't want these problems. Do you know when you become an adult, you do not get to do what you want to do? You do not get to go where you want to go? I think it's a misconception. When I get grown, I can do whatever I want to do. No, you can't. You can do whatever you can afford to do. Number one. Number two, especially once you have kids, you do whatever your kids allow you to do, because that's your first responsibility. Plus, you got to pay for a place to stay. Getting a car insurance. We still hadn't got a haircut, hadn't got our hair done, hadn't bought a new pair of shoes, haven't gone out, hadn't had a good time, haven't gone to the comedy show, haven't gone to the basketball game, haven't done any of that. It's overrated. I would advise you to enjoy being a child. Enjoy being a teenager. Why? Why do I say that? Because you have 70 years to be an adult.
Hey man, I remember back when I was full-time trapping, man. I used to love when the old head come through the trap, man, talking shit, man. We be joning with each other, kicking shit. Like, you can't even do that shit these days, man. I was looking forward to becoming then going to the trap, potty chicken with a young nigga, man. Why I be scared of hell going there and fuck with these young niggas now, man? These niggas be having some big ass shit on. You know how to, man, them shit be looking like candies, man. What the fuck, what the hell y'all niggas be getting these guns from, man? Like, these bitches from a Decepticon, nigga. Man, and then they be looking like they want a nigga to say something to them. They ready to goddamn shoot your ass till you see through, bro.
I don't know if I'm the first person on the internet, whatever, it's probably people are saying this, but this needs to be said. We have to separate black culture from hood culture. Mm-hmm. They are not the same thing. When somebody's sagging their pants and talking in an ignorant way, I don't say that that's black culture. That's hood culture.
I know shooters that don't take care of their kids. I know niggas that trap and don't look out for their moms. I know niggas that get up and go to work every day, that stand on business, that stand on principles, that stick to their word. A street nigga simply just mean you in the streets and you do street shit. You committing crimes and things of that sort. That's all a street nigga is. A real nigga is a nigga that stand on principle, that stand on the code of being a man. A nigga that stand on his word, a nigga that look out for his peoples, a nigga that put his peoples on. That's a real nigga. So just because you're a real nigga don't mean you're a street nigga, and just because you're a street nigga don't mean you're a real nigga.
I remember coming up down in New Orleans that we have these stoops, right? The houses down in New Orleans is very unique. Shotgun houses and stuff like that. And I remember walking down the street and then the old heads would call you over. Yeah, young blood, come over here right quick. And then they hollered at you, right? And even though you might look at them and you might say, what could this person teach me? The thing about it is they was dropping knowledge on you. And you may not want to be there, but I look back and I appreciate it because I learned from each and every one of them on what not to do, on why not to get stuck in this place, on why to continue to push to get out of the prison that they put us in, which is our own neighborhoods. The fact that we have children nowadays who are holding guns that are bigger than Bow Wow, and they think it's cool to live this life, to be these street personalities, to be these online personalities. That's a problem. That's a problem because there's a saying, a fool and his money are soon parted. These kids are all about money nowadays, all about what they possess, what they can get. But without the requisite knowledge and the intelligence, that shit go like that. And that usually pushes them into a life that they have no control of, but the state does.
Cell phones are in the prisons. Let me tell you why. Because they know they're going to make Facebooks and they're going to make Instagrams, right? But here's what they're doing. They're making and allowing them to use cell phones in the prisons so it don't make the youth feel like it's a bad place. Because when they make the videos, they not telling you don't come here. They not telling you stay away from here. They not telling you you're gonna be treated like a slave here. They not telling you that you will lose your life. But they telling you return. What's up? This is how we living, fool. Blah, blah, blah. So it don't make our youth be afraid to do something to get there because it don't feel like it's a bad place.
What's one thing that you wish you would have learned when you were 14, 15 years old to help you avoid this sentence that you're living under?
I wish I could have asked for help. I wish I could have asked for help when I was 14 or 15 years old. I wish I had the ability to ask for help. Ask somebody, can you please help me? That I'm going through this. You know what I'm saying? That I needed some guidance. I never played organized sports in a day in my life. I never had, my father was a drug head. My mother was a drug head. My father was abusive to women. My grandmother was an alcoholic. You know what I'm saying? So I never had a stable home.
Where you going? You gonna cry? I might go, man, shed me a tear or something. I can't shed it in front of the men.
Why not?
That's a man thing.
No, it's not. That's a perception, man. Crying is a reliever. Point blank. I've been in prison 26 years. You know, I get to the 17-year mark, see the parole board, I do all the right thing. When they gave me that piece of paper, they said I had to do 5 more years. Right, what did you think I did? You think I turned my head? I didn't give a damn who saw me crying. Because that was 5 more years of my life that I was going to waste in prison. And I went to my men, and I cried. And they understood me. Because had I not had those people around to let that emotion out with, right, ain't no telling what I would have done.
I found it interesting that you had the man talking about the advice that he wished he had is that he had asked for help. And sometimes in our life, people are trying to give us help. People are there for us and they're trying to tell us right, but we don't want to hear them. You got this dad who is talking to his 15-year-old son, right, who going down the wrong path. And I wanted you to see why fathers are important.
Act like I'm one right quick and put your fucking hands in there. I'ma knock your ass out. I bet you don't get 2 or 3 of them. And that ain't gonna be no good. I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna take whatever you throw at me, nigga. And I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. When is you gonna get your shit together? When is you gonna get it together? I don't sit around here and wait too long for answers. When is you gonna get it together? This is shit that I don't wanna do. I ain't come over here with this shit. I didn't come over here with this shit. You drawing me to this shit, nigga. I didn't come here with this shit. Then you talking about I ain't them other niggas. You goddamn right I ain't. You goddamn right I ain't.
Listen, it might be harsh to hear that. There's a lot of mothers that sit there and they can't stand when the father get on them kids. They'll say, oh, you too hard on them. Or they'll interrupt you while you teaching them a lesson. They want to go over and coddle the kids. Yet when they are the sole parents, single moms, what do? They're yelling at the kids, but there's no real lesson behind it. There's no real fear behind it.
Wake your ugly peanut head ass up. We don't sleep right here. This the military, mother.
I seen a video of a nigga saying like he was a high quality, high value man there. And everything he was saying, like I'm 6 this, I got this much money. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck happened to character? Everything make you a high value man but your heart, but your character, about what you do when nobody looking, about how you move with your family. Everybody got everything to say, but about what it matter. Like, what makes you a high value man? Man, I make 6 figures. I'm 6'5". I'm like, what the fuck is the world going? Like, yo.
These are the type of conversations that people miss, that often overlook. Kevin Samuels wasn't just talking about just the high value man narrative. He was also pushing marriage. He was also pushing people to the outcomes that they said that they want. You can't sit up here and say you want marriage, but then you don't have the intestinal fortitude. You don't have the mindset. You don't have a marriage mindset. You don't have the requisite stuff that is necessary to take care of your family. So I agree with these young men in the respect that you got so many people trying to puff out their chest and show that they high value. But the problem in our particular community is that we've been puffing out our chest too long.
Look at this, y'all. So LeVar Ball exposes how blacks are taught not to work together. Listen to what he got to say about it, and let me know if you agree with him or not.
Wesley Snipes, Denzel Washington, Magic, all of them by themselves, they millionaires. Now the Waltons who own Walmart, that's a family.
And all of them billionaires.
The Hunts who own ketchup and all that, Campbell Soup, family. Spielberg's family. Mark Cuban and them, family. Balls together, family. We'll be billionaires. Growing up, we taught as black folks to be that one Mike Tyson, one Michael Jordan. Everybody taught to be by themselves. We that #1 rapper in the hood. We made it out. We that one because we taught to be one numero uno. Now, what I'm trying to instill in a lot of folks is, let me show y'all what happens when a black family sticks together.
Black folks want to be in competition with each other while other races work together to have cultural wealth. Not just generational wealth, but cultural wealth. Competition is a cancerous mindset in the body. When cells forget their purpose and want to be in competition with other cells, that's literally what we call cancer. So in the black community, it's a whole lot of cancerous activity because we trying to fight for a false sense of power while being ran by another group of people who display power over us systematically. Whole time, the true power comes from us just working together.
Hey, man, I'm proud of you, good brother. Keep it up.
Good work. Come on. Get it. This is strength right here. This is strength.
One of the most powerful things that we could do is realize that we not alone. And I gotta say that, hear me when I say this. I go to the gym. I used to help people. I used to talk to people. And then y'all know all the shit that started happening with the gym. I just started focusing on what I gotta focus on, which is not wrong. When you trying to get somewhere, you need to make sure that you in your lane and you running your race first, that you are sure-footed. When you get out the pit, you got to make sure that you straight, and then you got to make sure you get the equipment and everything you need in order to reach back out and help that person out without pulling yourself back in. But lately, I have been talking to people. Lately, I've made myself more approachable. And I had a conversation with a young brother today, 33 years old, and we had a discussion. He didn't realize that I'm getting close to 50. And he was like, oh man, OG, he said, man, you looking good. I said, well, man, he said, you probably been working on that shit for a very long time. I said, decades. I've been doing this for decades and I haven't stopped. And I said, you might feel old right now at 33, but I was still dunking at 39. So continue to work on this, because this ain't just I'm trying to look good for this or, be in a competition for this. This is a lifestyle. Health is wealth. So today I opened up because I knew that I had to be better. So I'm asking you, what are you doing? I'm going to leave y'all with a Kevin Samuels clip talking about what we need to do when we start obtaining success.
You're going to have to make new friends to match your new position. This is the thing, the black men have a real problem with: success guilt. Move out of the hood. You want to open or something, do some philanthropic work, but don't you like Nipsey Hussle trying to stay around. You move and you keep on moving, because jealousy and envy attach with success for men. And the more you get power, money, influence, and status, the more you're going to get jealousy, envy, hate, and it can be deadly. This is why you avoid beefs and conflicts and all that kind of stuff, because you already have enough stuff to worry about from people who don't believe you should have what you have. They don't think you're worth it. They don't think you deserve it. They try to remind you who you used to be.